You can't charge my guys, and you know it.
You're just mad.
Mr. Sheridan is the prime suspect in a murder investigation here. Our interest trumps your interest in apprehending him for a Georgia bail violation. If you, or Mr. Granada, or Mr. Difka interfere in this investigation again, I'll have you all held for obstruction of justice. To turn up evidence that your clients acted without sufficient regard for potential loss of life, we'll hit them with everything we have.
Bottom.
No.
Then assume.
ATF does. They traced the gun licenses you arranged. A 72-year-old paraplegic, a blind grandmother in Queens.
And my personal favorite, the guy who...
We drop local charges and hand you over to the ATF with you as a cooperative witness. 10 seconds only. You've already used 8. Start with Max Sheridan.
I told you, I don't know the guy.
You sold him this gun sometime in the last 5... Where do we find him?
Where you put him?
We want to hear how your gun ended up in Max Sheridan's hands.
They took it when they broke my arm.
Were these police officers?
You gotta love him.
So we're back to square one.
Not quite. I examined Sheridan's 30...
But if it was still in his waistband?
Well, that would fit.
No, but she considers it most likely.
Sheridan has confirmed this scenario.
We spoke to his lawyer. Granada wants a lawyer. They're not buying our bluffs. Soft knew about it. He received a copy of Difka's record in response to a routine personnel check.
How does that...
Evidence? An E felony?
Oh.
We arraigned them, they posted bail, $2,000, and they walk away from 3 murders.
We can all...
Drops are the same type, same PGM, and same antigen as McBride's blood.
Problem. Someone went to a lot of trouble to drop the body off on our doorstep. Wouldn't you like to know why?
Well, I'm sure, Jack.
We don't know for sure where she was killed.
Well, now you know what Mr. Dell's gonna ask at the grand jury. It's gonna... Cases.
You don't like the independent counsel because he's independent? Did she come in with this man?
No.
What's their relationship?
Only know...
Susan's alibi checked out. She was in church from 3 until 7, same time the ME says the girl was beaten.
So she couldn't have killed her daughter?
Well, she could have set the murder in motion and gone to pray while Bill Crawford killed her kid. It says the kid was hell on wheels.
Unless we connect...
Thank you. Update. You think a jury's gonna buy a not responsible defense?
A very sympathetic picture to the jury. A woman...
Maybe the air of secrecy stirs up people's imaginations.
I'm not going to... in spiritual cleansing. No layperson has any business conducting one.
Not even a former nun.
Ministered to these people out of the goodness of her heart?
Spoken like a parochial schoolboy. Did they teach you how to do exorcisms, Jack? The only devil in this case is the woman we're trying for murder. St. Michael made her do it.
You heard of loser who said he received directions to kill from a lab...
Horns and a pitchfork, Jack?
I've been prosecuting murderers.
And I don't want her hurting another child. Judge Denham wants our sentencing memorandum by Tuesday. Minimum's 15 to life. If there's anybody that can handle it. We put a child murderer away, Jack.
Until her criminal attorney arrives, she's not talking.
Even a divorce attorney can see.
She accused Slattery of being bought off.
She didn't agree to kill him.
His recollection was going to cost her $1.5 million. Believe me, that's a reason.
It's just an old man... Showroom.
Well, now it is the end of the world, Mr. Shea.
Hey, I think you should wait.
No. So you hit him?
He tried to push... I don't care about the money. It's Jacob.
I'll make arrangements to have her statement taken.
Talk to anyone. We booking her for attempted murder?
We can amend it once all the facts are in.
What facts? The lady's...
Dr. Weiss's behalf, it could mitigate the assault. You know where to reach me. Doctors. Can't believe my mother wanted me to marry one. I'm pleading Kelly McFarland out on assault too. You have a high tolerance for coincidences.
Maybe they all thought lying under oath was...
Oh yeah, sure. Let's let an ambulance chaser prosecute a homicide for us.
Fluid imbalance.
What kind of fluid?
Electrolyte solution?
Is that malpractice?
I didn't find any negligence.
How much fluid did they pump into her? And the machine tells them how much it's pumping into the patient.
Yeah.
a 5-year-old machine.
We have an x-ray machine.
It says here it was signed out for use in operating room 3 that day. Mrs. Gerard was in operating room 1. But Mrs. Gerard was in surgery until 9:15. Wouldn't they have been using that machine the whole time?
My doctor ran into some complications during the removal of some ovarian cysts, so he decided to try the laparoscopic laser system.
Which was in OR1 with Rudnick and Michaels.
I went in there to see.
I was told the hospital only had the one. Who was working the electrolytic fluid pump?
A nurse I'd never seen before.
Is this your handwriting? 4,000 cc's of 20%. Do you remember a nurse by the name of Valerie Tash?
I told you I can't talk about.
He's in his office. He didn't think there's a case here.
Might be right.
You have the charts from the OR?
Mm-hmm. Is it a typo?
Well, B&C MedTech.
We did a demonstration for St. Mark's last year, but they had a problem with the nozzle flange. There was a gasket issue. Minor bugs, we've corrected.
Have you approached the hospital again? Room with them during surgery?
Just to observe that.
How about last November, during surgery on Maureen Gerard? Sales rep was seen using your machine, administering fluid to Mrs. Gerard. Mrs. Gerard died as a result.
That's not true.
Miss, wait. Are we going to need a lawyer here?
Ms. Ward, do you have a license to practice medicine? With that lawyer, Mr. Dorsey, I'm charging her with homicide. Criminally negligent homicide. I feel like I'm going to the prom with the stamp club geek. She heard Dr. Michaels call Ms. Ward by her first name. Miss Pinotti, I brought some photographs for you to look at. They're of Mrs. Gerard before her surgery. This is with her husband. With her 2 nieces last 4th of July. With her parents at her wedding. I don't get it, Miss Pinotti. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about your patients. You've been with Dr. Michaels since before he joined Rudnick and Weiss 6 years ago. Isn't that right? You first worked with him at a free clinic in Harlem. After that, he had a clinic in the Bronx. There's not much money in that.
It was good work.
Then he joined Rudnick's operation. Guess he decided to bank some money.
He is still a good doctor.
How good can he be seeing 70 patients a day and delivering 16 babies a week?
It was Dr. Rudnick's idea. He always talked about maximizing the practice.
Nurse Pinotti just gave her statement.
And?
Can you read my shorthand?
They're raising stuff. Might force a plea bargain.
Only if they take the maximum.
You've got your heart set on a trial? I can count on the fingers of one hand the number.
I'll let you know how it turns out. To your knowledge, had Dr. Rudnick or Dr. Michaels ever used the MedTech laser system? Mrs. Gerard did not put her life in Ms. Ward's hands. Hear me. The offer is 15 to life, or we meet with the judge tomorrow to set a new trial date.
Send me the paperwork.
Tell me, doctor, all those women you ran through your examination rooms, do you remember their faces, or did you not even bother to look up? Dr. Rudnick's bad luck, you weren't prosecuting this case.
His bad luck was one of us pierced attorney-client privilege.
Well, it just wasn't his lucky day.